God. Focus on developing skills so that you can be able to focus on God. Remember, the goal of practice is not doing something until you get it right. I like that. It is doing it until you can't get it wrong. Doing it until you cannot get it wrong. Lead clearly so that people don't wonder. Sometimes you can lead and people wonder. Have you ever been there? I have been there. I lead worship, but when I look there, I just see people are lost. And that's why sometimes I cut some songs off. Have you ever heard me sing me cutting songs off? It's because for the first two songs I sing, I see people are lost. I see what they need is the word of God now. No need of wasting their time. Cut it short. But we need to be very, very sensitive on that because at times we want just to continue. But people are lost. Don't continue losing them. Leave them alone first. Let them change the environment, hear the word of God. Then the third thing is skill multiplies serving opportunities. Like when you have skills, it creates an opportunity for you to serve. And when you have skill, don't just have one. When you read there, I think it talks about the organs and what? Let's see if I talked about it helps us to serve the church. Yeah, I just summarized it. Yeah. So skill multiplies to serve skills multiplies serving opportunities. When you have skills, especially if you can play multiple things, sing a range of voice, you will be able to have many opportunities to serve. Because he talks about somebody who was good at organ, but the church didn't have the organ, and they were not willing to buy the organ. So if that's the case, now you don't have an opportunity. So, but if you have multiple skills, you'll be able to have an opportunity to serve. Skills to develop. Skills to develop, that is, I think, page 38. We are almost. Skill to develop. John Piper holds the right balance and distracting excellence. It doesn't draw attention to itself, but points away from itself. We pursue undistracting excellence in our knowledge of God and His Word. So when we develop skills, or when the skills we need to develop, it needs to not to point to us, it needs to point to God. As John Piper is putting it, I like it so much, that the right balance or undistracting excellence, the excellence that you do does not distract anyone or even you yourself, but instead it helps you to point to God. So we pursue that undistracting excellence in our knowledge of God and His Word and lead people in the right place of worship. So the first thing we are going to see there is leadership. By God's grace, we can become better leaders. We have struggled, guys. Some of us who are leaders, who are leading other leaders. We have struggled, all right? But by God's grace, we can become what? Better. We can define our goals more clearly and pursue them more faithfully. So God has helped me to do something I wanted to do, but there are other things He wants me to do that I haven't done, which I'm praying that He will help me to do, and you too. So God, good leader, draw our attention to what is important. Good leaders draw us to what is important. So even you as a leader, go out there and look what is the very important thing, especially when you talk about worship. What is that important thing? Then draw people to that important matter. They make a choice that helps people to focus. And then they try to minimize distraction and clear up confusion. Like I told you, distraction is like when you are singing and people are sleeping, others are talking, others are starting to sit down. When you see that, that's already distraction. Even you as a person, you feel distracted. So what do? You have to get a wisdom quickly and stop or do something or say something or stop and try something else. Normally I don't stop, I stop completely and let other things to take over. Then skilled leaders always involve saying yes. Uh, yes to some things and no to others. Now I want to confess. Eh? I have not been very good on the nose. I have been considerate, let me put it that way. There are things I don't want personally, but I have been considerate in a large scale, should I say. But according to what I learned, is a good leader need to learn to say no. So we need to learn to say no to some things. And even to some people, say no. There are some people who can bulldoze you into things that might not fulfill the purpose that you want to fulfill. You need to learn to say no. And then saying no is not difficult. Forgetting something good, choose something. Right? So there we are. We have a task to do. I am musicianship. Being skilled physically involves different components. That is technique, theory, and tests. And it's there in the book, I think, in page 39. You can go ahead and read when you go home. Then you can get the. Give me maybe more. We have 2 minutes, maybe 2 more minutes for. We are so close. So musicianship, being skilled musically involve different components, technique, theory, and test. And it's laid there very well. Then number 3 is communication. Now, this is a very important topic. How I wish all the musicians would attend that class of communication. Timothy has been having here a good material for communication. Hopefully next time he teaches all the worship team of the bridge, join that class to learn communication. Well, here the communication we have been told, like all other skills, speaking to others clearly and persuasively involves the hard work, preparation. When you have to speak to other people, you need to do what? Prepare. And even if you're just having a conversation, you need in psychologically to prepare to know what you're going to say first, and then what will come next, and then what will be the last. And then if you want to grow in communicating effectively, write down what you want to say, especially if you are talking to people. It's important you write it down. When I'm going to preach, people have told me, for me, when I'm going to preach,